Hello, Chrysler Imperial. Good to see you. I'm sorry I didn't see your name in my last live stream after I went live when I cut the broadcast. But thank you for coming in, sir. I appreciate it. I apologize I didn't see your name. I saw it after the live stream. How's everybody doing? Can you hear me? It's Sunday night, y'all. I wanted to show a couple videos. We get a little crowd in here, I hope. Unless they done forgot about me. Yeah, you said you'd have been there the whole time. I'm missing a cord. Well, hello, good evening. I wanted to show a couple videos. Chrysler Imperial, nice to see you. I was trying to get my guest on tonight, Beck from Oz. She said things may open up in 6 months. Hello, number one Matt Man. Good evening and welcome in. Let me show a couple videos. Maybe people will stay when they come in. Maybe. All right, let's try to get this right here going. I cut the sound off so I don't get a copyright claim. Let me make sure on my backup there's a good signal coming in. This is in Guam. They have checkpoints. Hello, Tyler O. Good to see you. On the island of Guam, y'all. They say it's coming to us soon. It's all related. It's all related. Number one Matt Man, Tyler O, Miss Ann Walsworth, Abu Dhabi. Hello. Welcome in my live stream. It's good to see you. I don't know if this is going on in your country. But this is the island of Guam. Captain Tom must have sent it to Love Pugs. We all know Love Pugs, I think. Some of us do. They have checkpoints. Military checkpoints. This is a long video. I may not play it all. The reason I really don't want the sound, I could cut the sound on, but the man in this video says a curse word or so. Disclaimer. You must be an adult, 18 years or older, to watch these videos. Hello, Bamboo. Great to see you, my friend. You can come up if you'd like. I've put the link out there. If you want me to, let me know. But I'm going to play this video. Here, let me cut the sound on if y'all don't mind a little bit of language. King Tash and Family Vlogs, hello and welcome in. This is going on in the country of Guam, on the island of Guam. Here, I'm going to enlarge it so everybody can see it. It's military checkpoints, y'all. Hello, Chowicks. Bamboo, let me know in a few minutes. I'm going to run the video here. Bamboo, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, you can let us know what's going on in California. And I have a video. It's they saying about it was something that's happening in California also. But we all know Love Pugs. And Love Pugs released this video today.
Where are you going? Let me see your papers. Fuck you, man.
I'm sorry about the language, y'all. But I just wanted the full effect of the video I'm playing. So if you hear anything that you shouldn't be hearing, please close your ears up at the time. It's crazy, man. The island of Guam. I don't know if it's happening anywhere in America anywhere. Oh, sorry about that. Chrysler Imperial, thank you for coming in. J-Dog is in the house, y'all. Well, hello, J-Dog. Great to see you, my friend. This is happening on the island of Guam, military checkpoints. I hope I can get my guest on tonight. I mean, this is real. She's probably in the basement and I don't even know it.
There's one of the Gestapo right there.
J-Dog is in the house, y'all. Thank you for coming, J-Dog. I appreciate it. Man, it's been a while. It's been a minute.
There's another one right there. Doesn't like me filming him.
To the citizens of this country, y'all. Listen what they read to them.
Can you hear this? I can't hear.
You may use this road if you're going to or returning from work or medical facility, grocery store, or other essential activity. As a reminder, sir, for your own safety, that you always wear your mask and practice social distancing. Try to limit the need to travel. You do your part and stay at home. If you need additional information, you can contact your one. Have a good day, sir. Thank you.
Watching this video, I may play it all. Watch how many checkpoints they go through. It's crazy, man. To my knowledge, that is Captain Guam driving that vehicle. Let me see if my guest is in the basement. Yeah, my guest could be in the basement. My guest is not in the basement. So I'll go back to the video. All right, that was one checkpoint. Hello, Mark Rob. Good to see you, my friend. This is on the island of Guam in the Pacific Ocean. It took Captain Tom 4 hours to travel a 1 hour trip. Well, you must have saw the video. I wanted to play it because to me, this is kind of, stunning. What is the purpose of all this? Is it going to happen here in America? There is a military base on the island of Guam, in case anybody don't know that.
insurance, please call 311. Okay. Remember to wear your mask and to practice social distancing. Okay. If you have any questions or concerns, please call 311. All right.
Are you aware of Nuremberg?
I'm sorry.
Are you aware of Nuremberg?
Negative, sir.
Okay. Let's go. Look it up. They were just following orders too. They strung them up for it. Go.
I believe that's 3 checkpoints now. 3 times they've been.
Here we are, stuck in another checkpoint.
Hello, Bamboo Soldier. Thank you so much. I've been watching your premieres. They're pretty good. Yep. Acquired after the Spanish-American War, like Puerto Rico and the Philippines.
Like this is Nazi Germany. These are the wrong National Guard that's out here doing this bullshit to us citizens. Commercial traffic gets to go through uninhibited,
Hey,
and we're stuck in this.
I have military bases surrounding me and stuff. And so far, I mean,
I'm not gonna film
my
all
question is
It's already been.
this going to happen in America?
I'm gonna shut it off and get back to you. Here we go again.
And then what after this? And then what? Are they going to toughen down on us? I mean, I've seen videos.
Do you support the Constitution?
Here's another one, at least 4.
Do you support the Constitution?
I support the Constitution, sir. If you dealt with our National Guard PAO, sir, they can provide good information for you, sir.
Have you ever heard of the Nuremberg war trials?
No, I don't, sir. I'm sorry.
I can tell.
Thank you, Big Tim Hill, for coming in. Hello, this is what's happening. These military checkpoints
This is our youth, man.
on the island of Guam. It has 137,000 people living on it. I did look that up.
Put you guys on hold again.
This is a very small island out into the Pacific Ocean.
It's about another 20 minutes till we get through up here. You can see we got a long ways to go.
I'll go to my next video here in a few minutes. I'm not trying to scare anyone, but I mean, right here you can see they're letting their presence be known. Hello, Cha Cha Brady. Thank you for coming in. I'll repeat it again. This is the island of Guam. I mean, when they first come out like this, it's obvious they're letting their presence being known that they're out there now, somewhere, on this island. Brian Aaron Dawson, hello. Cartoon Channel. Well, thank you for coming in. I appreciate the support, man.
The Governor's Executive Order 2020-10 in response to public health emergency. Sorry. Close except for essential purposes. Just remember to wear your mask, practice social distancing, start limiting time on the road. If you have any questions or concerns, please call 311. Thank you.
You realize you're engaged in domestic terrorism?
What's that?
You are not withholding your oath to the Constitution.
As you can tell, Captain Tom is obviously irritated. He's went through 5 checkpoints.
Here we are again, going through another checkpoint.
Alien believers, this is the island of Guam.
Waiting on everything next down into one lane.
I've been told by Beck from Oz, She may not make it on tonight.
Exercise their control on
That
humanity.
their lockdown may continue for 6 more months in Australia.
Nothing but the show
But she hasn't said anything about military or National Guard there.
See, we got to put our mask on to do anything. Wait till it's time for the vote or election. I will say.
I just wanted, I don't know if this is our next step or anything. I don't know.
I'm waiting for the time when it comes for volunteers to pull the lever on the gallows. I'm going to volunteer to pull that lever on the gallows.
Let me check one time more time and see if my guest is here. She may be sitting backstage and I don't even know it. No, she's not. I was hoping she'd come on tonight. Father versus Son 101. Thank you for coming in, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, it kind of is sickening and upsets me. That's why I wanted to show it. And I believe Guam, I don't think it's a state of the America, but I believe it's like under America control or whatever, like a governor's place of America, just like Puerto Rico. Hello, and thank you for coming in, Alien Believers. Thank you very much. Taco Gamer, Prophet Bright. Hello, thank you for coming in. We have somebody new in the house, y'all. Well, you're welcome, Miss Cha-Cha Brady. You'd think my crowd would grow. Somebody needs to share me out. Guam is a U.S. territory. That's what I was trying to say, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Walsworth.
Domestic terrorism. They use the Constitution for toilet paper. Another close-up of that sign that they expect everybody to obey as a traffic law. Bullshit. Whoever it is says you can use this.
Excuse the language, please.
I'm going to be sending a bunch of these out.
The man is using language.
But this car in front of us is all on this one Nazi checkpoint. There's a good view in our mirror of what's going on behind us.
Well, you pretty much see there's checkpoints throughout the island of Guam.
Country and other free zones.
And Miss Walsworth sent me a video earlier today. And it doesn't have any sound. Well, it's in Micronesia and its own USA. I believe Super Dave. It is U.S. territory. Give me a minute. I'll go research that. Be right back. Well, thank you. Look it up, please.
Engaged in domestic terrorism.
Alien Believers. Republicans or Dems? Well, that dang don't matter. Controlled by the same people. It's obvious now, isn't it? It sure is. Sorry about the language, y'all. But the point I'm trying to make here is what's happening. Look at these people with masks on the outside.
Did you take an oath to uphold the Constitution, to defend it against all enemies, foreign and domestic?
They may know something we don't know, and in my next video may prove that.
Can we proceed? We don't need to hear your bullshit. Go. Let's go. Go. You're a domestic terrorist. You're a terrorist. Oh, there you go. You heard my spiel of them. Damn domestic terrorist. Look at this. Look at this line going up here. Look at
which I know the driver of this vehicle is
Look at all the people, man.
aggravated,
Look at him. Look at him. Yeah. Look at it. Look at
but
it.
he shouldn't.
This is USA
I
Guam.
think we should cooperate if something like that comes here
Stateside.
fully, 100%. I wouldn't want them carrying me off nowhere,
Got another one to go through coming up. Hopefully it's not too bad.
It's different if you under a military arrest.
Let's see, what do we got here?
It's best to keep you cool,
Are they there? Are they there? Speed limit 15.
Yeah, what is next? I have been believing the whole time they're lying to us about the startup of our country. I've heard it being said. I've said the governor of my state has said it's okay. But you go out here and there's something going on and these businesses are not reopening.
Not a legal sign. Well, tell them, just keep through. This is not
I
a
have-
legal sign
I
right
still have a funny feeling, They're going to extend this thing.
This is not a legal sign.
It's like they've been telling us
Improper height,
one thing
improper
and going to do something else,
I'm surprised they even spelled it right.
That's what I think what's going on. Hello. Welcome to Team In, y'all. Team Tagabacud TV. Welcome in. This is a video
Can we proceed? Can we go on?
on the island of Guam.
Hold it. Stop. Stop. Here we go. We're being pulled out here now. I can hear you because I don't have hearing my ears are open. I can hear anything. But what I said was, you can let us go on. We went three checkpoints already. So why are we going to stop here again? I'm sorry, sir. Can we go through because my gas is full. Now it's going to be almost halfway. I don't have money to be buying gas every day. Okay, so for each checkpoint, sir, you're gonna have to stop. Okay. I don't know through the what stop. They stop me. I stop for each checkpoint. Okay, where are you headed to?
Thank you, Miss Cha Cha Brady. Because the man is very anxious and aggravated, they have these guys over here harassing him now.
ID number, badge number 352.
I don't hear anything. What's your concern? Your concern? You told me your concern is that you're wasting gas. Can you hear what he's saying? I can't hear anything. Okay, so his concern, he said, was he's wasting gas every time he goes through a checkpoint. Okay. So how can I help you? How can I help you? Sorry?
This gentleman, we've had him through here before. He's hard of hearing.
Okay.
You got to speak a little louder for him.
How can we help you? Huh? Okay, sir. So you said earlier that your concern was that you were wasting gas, right? Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is that right?
Dana Shiver, good evening.
I've been going through here.
Thank you.
I'm very tired.
This is on the country of Guam, military checkpoints, U.S. territory.
Okay. I'm sorry, but everybody has to deal with it. Okay? Everybody on the island that has to go through the checkpoint or the roadblock, they have to be stopped by the National Guard, and then you guys have to be
educated about what's happening.
See, what you're saying, it really don't hear any way. So, I am sorry.
So, you can go. Want to go now? Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
You guys are domestic terrorists. Good job. Good job. You see that? Waste of time. I cannot get gas from my car. This is just
Got chat on that, Super Dave?
waste of energy. Waste of money.
All right, that's the first video I wanted to show in the country of Guam. And Miss Walsworth, she sent me a video earlier. Thank you. Dana Shiver. Thank you so much. But I really didn't go live for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just wanted to get the word out. Yeah, let me find this other video. Thank you so much. You could have waited till Tuesday on my birthday. Thank you so much. Oh, Lord. All right, here's a video coming up. Why people are experiencing this illness. Hello, Sandy K. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you too. And I don't think this is only 5 minutes long. And I may read it to you. Why people globally are experiencing the virus. Stop spraying California. Sorry, I keep changing around a little bit here. Can you see it? No, you can't see it. All right, I'll fix that. Right after I take it all the way back to the beginning. Appreciate y'all hanging in there, man. Thank you so much. It's helping my channel grow, and I will prove it Tuesday. You know what I mean? Hello, Eating Grapes. And thank you for coming in. Yeah, this video is about 5 minutes long. Let me see if it's sharing the screen now. Born a Racer. Thank you. You missed the first exciting part. Racer. Awesome to have you in. Why isn't it screen sharing? Come on now. Let me try it one more time. Maybe something I missed. I know the process, but if I missed it, all right, maybe this will do it. Now, y'all going to be shocked to see this video. If this video is true, it's a shocker, man. I'm telling you. Please, hang in here and watch. I just showed checkpoints in Guam, U.S. territory, y'all. Are the checkpoints coming to America is my question. Okay. Why people globally are experiencing this virus and the symptoms, you know? Hydrogen cyanide in chemtrails. Fox, the cutest dog in the West. Hello, and Susie, thank you for coming in. Please, here we go. Can you believe it? hydrogen cyanide and chemtrails? All right, let's read. Let's let it play and I'll read some. Cyanide, hydrogen cyanide, and chemtrails. They found it. The Navy 5-year warfare testing in California includes many toxic chemicals, including hydrogen cyanide. Wikipedia, hydrogen cyanide, historical common name of prussic acid, a chemical compound with chemical formula, weakly acidic solution to the cyanide anion, faint, bitter, burnt, almost like odor that some people are unable to detect. Hydrogen cyanide is a poison and chemical weapon. Concentration in the air will kill a human in about 10 minutes. Killer whale, thank you. Welcome in, killer whale. Hydrogen cyanide absorbed into a carrier for use as a pesticide. Cyclone B, B standing for Blücher. Nazi Germany in the mid 20th century in extermination camps. The mid 20th century in sulfuric acid, egg-sized mass. Hydrogen cyanide is commonly listed amongst chemical warfare agents. All right, let me see if I can pause. I can still see it. I should have paused from the beginning, but you get it. You know, convention as a potential weapon which has large-scale industrial uses. Manufacturing plants in signatory countries which produce more than 30 tons per year must be declared to and can be inspected by the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons. Did you hear that? Is this video true? I mean, what's wrong with watching it? Are they spraying this in the chemtrails now? Hydrogen cyanide gas in air is explosive at concentrations over 5.6, equivalent to 56,000 ppm. You get the picture, y'all. Very effective pesticide consisting of liquid hydrogen cyanide absorbed into inert materials such as wood, pulp, air. You know how they spray into your baseboard, into your wood? Hey, it makes sense. I was working a chemical plant, and this man, he come around spraying these pallets and stuff, and the wood absorbs it, and it kills the bugs and the roaches or whatever they have. He did. The pallets that soaked it in, whatever he was spraying. Potassium cyanide or sodium cyanide, resulting in rapid release of HCN in its gaseous form. Not sure what HCN is. All right. U.S. Navy, the Atlantic, Pacific, Gulf of Mexico, all in the harm's way of the U.S. Navy. In some cases, the U.S. Air Force have initiated multiple 5-year warfare testing on both land and in ocean areas. We know they've run tests on Americans, different things like that over many, many years, y'all. The NWTRC map on the right, which I don't see that. Check the PDF files for information regarding. In many regions, the Navy plans to increase the number of its exercises or expand the areas in which they may occur, and virtually even coastal state will be affected. Some exercises may occur in the nation's. There's more, and it's not just writing. They're going to show you some stuff here. Significant disruptions. This is explaining the chemical, you know. Let me go back a hair. It's said in mammal and marine life, you know. I want to see exactly what it did say. I should have stopped it. Sensitive marine habitats include national marine sanctions. Darn it, man. The StreamYard ain't as easy. I can't stop it fast enough. In marine mammal foraging, breeding, and other essential behaviors. $11.7 million takes over the course of a 5-year. All right, here's a map. Are we enlarged? I believe we are. According to Senator Dianne Feinstein, Senator Barbara Boxer, and Congressman Henry Waxman, the Navy plans to increase the number of its exercises or expand the areas in which they may occur, and virtually every coastal state will be affected. Some exercises may occur in the nation's most biologically sensitive marine habitats, including national marine sanctuaries and breeding habitats. And the Navy anticipates more than 2.3 million takes. Let's keep going. I want you to see exactly short-term effects of chemtrails: allergies, anxiety, asthma, brain fog, breathing difficulties, chronic sore or rapsy throat, dizziness, eye and skin irritations, flatulence, flu-like symptoms, headaches, itching, unexplained, nausea, vomiting, nosebleeds, unexplained, panic attacks, persistent coughing, respiratory problems, stomach aches, suicidal thoughts, tinnitus, ringing in the ears, or high pitched sound after spraying, and many other symptoms. Respiratory problems. Is Panoya Hoy here? Sandy K? Miss Ann Walsworth? Thank you, AIFG. I appreciate it. True Facts, you rock, Super Dave. Flu-like symptoms. AIFG, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Killer Whale, thank you, my friend. All right. Long-term effects. But we're going to get off just the chemtrails here in a minute. You'll see. Long-term effects of chemtrails are acid reflux, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, allergies, Alzheimer's disease. I'm getting tongue-tied, y'all. Aluminum buildup in pineal gland, asthma, autism. Evidence links autism to mercury. All right. Let me pause it again. Blood in the urine, borderline personality disorder, cancer, chronic fatigue, constipation, depression, easy bruising, eye problems, farsightedness, fibromyalgia, floaters in the eyes, gastritis, heart arrhythmia, heart disease, high cholesterol, hypoglycemia, irritable bowel syndrome, insomnia, learning disabilities, lung disease, lupus, multiple sclerosis, oily skin, Parkinson's disease, rheumatoid arthritis, schizophrenia, short time memory loss, sleep disorders, and spider veins and tinnitus. Long term effects of chemtrails, white coating on the tongue, and more symptoms. Please help us stop chemtrail spraying. But the point was, they're spraying that cyanide in the chemtrails. Is that what's causing everyone to get sick? Hydrogen cyanide. I'm going to check see if my guest showed up. I sent her the link. She didn't show up. I wanted to show them 2 videos. I don't know if anyone and everyone saw them videos. I'm going to put the link out there. I'm going to invite anyone that wants to come up. You don't have to show your face. But as we see, they started checkpoints in Guam. And why does it keep going to my email instead of putting the link out there? Okay, I click. Miner's Journey, hello. I wish you'd have been here earlier. Welcome in, my friend. We have 25 in here. Back from Oz, if you're watching, please come on up. Because according to what you said, it'll be 6 months before they open Australia. Born a racer, these symptoms from that almost sound like CV-19. You're right. I'll show the video again. It gave me a stunning effect. You know, I mentioned in one of my live streams probably a month or 6 weeks ago about the chemtrails. I had a funny feeling, even my brother, we discussed chemtrails and things, you know, and we come to a conclusion that it could be in the chemtrails. Hydrogen cyanide? Is this population control? Are we waking up to a new reality that these people are trying to take us out? Military checkpoints, wearing dust masks in public, outside. Why do you need mask on outside? Doesn't make any sense, y'all. If you want to come up and talk about it, Born a Racer, I'd appreciate it. You can hide behind the avatar if you want. Let me see if I got one more video I need to show. You know, I was going to do a premiere tonight, but these 2 videos had me interested, and I wanted my guest to come on and talk also what's going on in Australia. Like I said, I think they're telling us one thing and doing something else. Are these people, all of them, are they evil? I mean, all of them. Where is one of them that'll come out and tell us the truth? And you know what people I'm talking about. And I don't want to sit here and go around in circles tonight. I was focused and I wanted to show these two videos. And if someone would come up, if anything is going on in your part of the country, your part of the world, you're welcome to get up here and tell us. Just don't mention that word. Just say the sickness or the illness, you know? Walk in one straight line. Stand 6 feet apart. Social distancing. You know? Why? Are there people? I mean, we're realizing there's people not really just, there's not ambulances up and down the road carrying people sick, away. I saw another video and I wish I had it on hand. This nurse, wow, it'd be way back. This nurse came out and talked about it. She said the pressure on them respiratory machines are set too high. That nurses and doctors, this is in New York, y'all. I promise you. This was a nurse coming clean. True information from what I understand. They're making and allowing people to die in hospitals. The hospitals get all these bonuses and, it's crazy, man. We know, don't go to the hospital. We know for sure. I wanted to talk about it a little bit tonight, get it off my chest. Calico Dawn, hello. Protest happening in Ottawa this week, they are saying. Mudmower 83, hello. Kimberly Create. And this nurse called it murder in New York. I'm telling you, it was nothing less than murder. And being that the families are not around, nobody can go back there with them now. Somebody that's sick has to be all alone. There's no witness. They're making them and pushing them and allowing them to expire. I wish I knew where that video is. It's way back. All right, I'm going to give one more opportunity. Anybody wants to come in? Susie, you watched that video too. Who is it? Who is it put out by? Help me remember and I'll try to pull it up. It may be a nurse's friend or sister or something also. Separating families. Yeah, I need to hurry up. Sandy Katie, did you go to a doctor? Miss Susie, who put that video out? Was it a plain truth? Somebody tried to come up just now. Come talk to us. Don't be shy. Please, don't be scared. How can they all be in on it? thinking it was a gal whose friend was a nurse. Well, who put it out? Um, Here's my question. It's from yesterday or the day before. Was it a plain truth? It was originally from Facebook. Cha Cha Brady. Welcome in, Cha Cha Brady, y'all. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Um, you know, Super Dave, I at some point it starts to make me super paranoid. I'm already stressed out about this thing. And then when you think about what population is it really mostly attacking, and that our seniors, what's going on? Somebody help me with this. Have they decided that after a certain age that people have no more value? Can you hear me, Super Dave?
I hear you. I remember a movie, Logan's Run, years ago when I was a child. You got to the age of 38 or something like that,
Yeah.
and they took you out. I mean, they you was meaningless to society or whatever the purpose was. I mean, as a child, I didn't understand, but I did understand. You got a certain age, it was your time.
Yeah, to some extent, but not in the masses like this. All of a sudden, no. I don't know about the next person, but I'm still pinching myself because I want to wake up from this awful nightmare of a dream. And it seems like it's getting more wicked along the way. And this is not a thing of politicians or anything, but I really was upset by the leader of the United States saying something so ridiculous. Yes, he's a human being like everybody else and subject to mistake, but not to the point that you say, well, let's just inject them with disinfectant. Come on, Charlie. That
I don't
is,
know if he said it. Did he really say that?
he said it. I have ears, and I don't know who else in the chat may have heard it. It's recorded. It was in one of those news break things. And then the people were so appalled by it, the doctors, first of all, on stage with him, they looked like, no, he didn't say that, in shock. Then the next day he comes back and he says, oh, he was just kind of kidding around with some of the reporters. Why don't you just decide as a human being and a man upstanding to say, yeah, I did say that. And I now that I thought about it, it was foolish. Instead of making us try to drink a drink that we don't want to drink. So this is a miserable way because it's here, it's right past the 1 a.m. time slot here in my home
Yes,
here in.
ma'am. That is appalling. If you
Yeah,
heard him say that, that's appalling and that's horrific.
you may want to take a number of chat from your chat to see who else may have heard it. But this recorded, those daily
Yes,
up
ma'am.
do, it's there. It is there.
Born Eraser said he heard it.
Yeah, yeah, it's there where they do those daily updates every so many hours per day. 2 days ago, Friday,
Truth
I'm
for
going to
you.
fall off my chair to say, no, he's not saying that, but he did. So, everybody has their opinion, and a lot of us are in a quandary. not wanting to believe what we are seeing thus far. I can't recall the name of that one doctor that's totally in opposition with the president, but he is basically saying it's not over. Believe it, people, it's not over. And come next flu season, we're really going to see something. So now, when the whole list of what you showed there, of what happens with the hydrogen cyanide release, we already experiencing a lot of that stress. Stress alone can kill. So anyway, I'm going to back off and let somebody else come on board here, and I'll come back into the chat. But truly, I am very upset with those things that I feel useless about. So okay, Dave,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you so much.
Well,
Thanks.
I appreciate you making the point because I
Well,
did catch some of it, but I didn't hear him actually say it. I mean, I don't watch the news, and I've been working and
yeah.
sleeping and doing a couple other little things. I put up a pool, um, but yeah, I've heard it discussed, and it's appalling that he would say that. Very much so. Um, we need to we need to wake up, people. Thank you, Miss Cha Cha Brady.
Okay. Thank you and good night. I'll be in their chat box a little longer. All right. Bye.
Bye bye. A truth for you. I can't find it. And if anyone else like to come up, Mine's Journey, Sab, hello, Adventures. Thank you for coming in. Black Spring with Autumn. Kimberly Creates. Excuse me, I just got off work a while ago, y'all. How far are they willing to push this thing? That's my question. Somebody else was trying to come in. Kimberly Creates. Nice to see you and thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. I'm on my Android. How can I send it to you, Super Dave? Can you send it email? Here, I'll put my email down there. It's my channel. I can shut this email account. I can use another one. Whatever I have to do. But here's the email. If you send it to that one, I'll have easily access to it. We're 1 hour into the live stream. If I get one more person to come up and talk 5 minutes, thank you so much for coming in.
Hey, what's up, Super Dave?
Nice to meet you, and I appreciate it. How do you say your name exactly?
It's AIFG, but this is AI Downtown Live. Fernando Garcia, that's an old channel that I had. Uh, what was that lady's name that came up just a minute ago?
Miss Cha Cha Brady.
Yeah, I'm correct. She's correct and everything what she said. This is not the end. A lot of things are gonna happen, especially with this flu. Just be ready for this. And my brother-in-law, he's a he's a military guy, and he's been in the military for a long time, almost like 23 years. So he gave me a lot of information, and he said just do not open the doors to anybody. Just protect yourself and just stay at home if and because all this that people are getting pulled over and all this is just it's almost the same thing as a female, and all this is just it's revealing itself. People knew about all this.
Yeah, but the
Sorry.
reality of it, the reality of these things happening. I mean, where is it going to lead to? For one thing, it doesn't make any sense. We live in a free society. The world is supposed to grow. Where's God said multiply and be many. Where's this brother? I mean, what is he telling you where this is going?
All this is just it's just in a bad turn. It's just all going bad. He did mention that a lot of people were gonna get infected, and which it did. And it's gonna keep on going on because out here in LA, people are still getting infected, in Riverside as well, and people are getting fined. They were getting fined if they don't have, their which is their PPE, because that's what they consider it out here. It's $1,000, dollar fine. Just you don't have it, and getting harassed by the cops is just something big out here.
Is that a way to scare us? $1,000 fine, or I mean,
Yeah,
is it a
because they
way
don't.
to make us, you know, adhere to what they want us to do?
Yeah, and it's crazy how it's spreading rapidly in the prisons as well. In other states and prisons, and he did mention that it was going to get worse with the people getting released soon, and that's what he we did mention, that crimes were going to go up, and know uh just to be careful, do not open your doors to just to anybody, because it's going to get worse. But she was correct on all that. That's why made me come up here and just and say, yeah, she's just correct, and that flu is just something, we should see coming, because this is, you know, uh, I did see something happening on YouTube, because I'm always constantly on YouTube and keeping up with the news. But I think China knew something about this going on, because I believe there was a lot of riots going on out there for a while, and it's just it just people keep asking questions like what's really going on, and for us that really don't understand it, um what's going on, and and then you open your eyes and you realize that now it's just it did a big effect out here, and everywhere it did. People died, and I
Does
can't
he
say
have?
I do know people around me that get infected, but I know my wife did tell me a couple of people, and it just something very untruth, that that you can't really believe, and it's just it happens. It's just happened.
It's just we are Americans. I mean, are we supposed to accept it? Are you in America?
Yeah, yeah, I'm in Riverside, California, and
A
we
free
just
society can't accept not being free. Do you believe that?
yeah, we're all free to say what we want to say and believe what we want to believe, and I'm a big believer, and I started following your channel, way back, and it just the things that you would say, and looking up at the sky and seeing what's up there is just the chemtrails, all that is just it's it's bad. People don't realize it, but it's just you keep seeing chemtrails, just patterns and patterns and lines, and it's just you keep looking up there and you're like, what are they spraying? And it is true, they're spraying things that it's not good for our health. And the things that we eat sometimes is just of course they have to mix it with with other things, in order for them to last long, and what it's killing us. It's just killing us.
They so you-
Yeah.
so they're gonna kill us for population control. You believe that?
I believe they're trying to control, parts of, states and states, and just see how it goes from there. And, because they're trying to reopen, I heard beaches, and, and stores out there in New York, and and hopefully everything goes well. If it does, and if it doesn't, then we're gonna see the effect, and people are still gonna keep getting sick because it's something you can't say okay you got cured from one day to another, and it's just their you know their vaccines is not doing any effect. It's just
The vaccines are to make it worse. We don't trust their vaccines. There's a lot of us here that about every one of us would say we don't want their vaccines.
I'm correct with that. I do believe that that could be uh, the virus. That could be something that they could insert you in, and see if it if we could still be here in this earth, or if it could do the effect, and that's what they're seeing. The numbers is just
Well, I appreciate you coming on. Is there anything else you'd like to add to it? I mean,
no,
is is
that's
your,
all.
is your brother been called in? I mean, is he on duty?
He's out there. He moved. Yeah, he was he moves from here to there. They have him out in Florida right now, so it's just um yeah, he's not moving around, but yeah, right now it's like how it is right now with everybody just being on lockdown, and just but he's still working for the service.
Right. Well, thank you very much.
Hey, Super Dave, do you believe in the pop I'm looking at this Popocatepec and Iztaccíhuatl. It's two volcanoes, okay? Because I don't know why I keep going back to this, and when I was
Two
young,
vol-
right?
did you say two volcanoes?
Yeah, two volcanoes. This brings to uh two Aztecs. It's a woman and a man, right? When I was young, I remember going into a field trip, and it was it a we call it misiones, mission. It was I think it was San Fernando, or there was one mission that we went to, and and they appeared to me, and this just is just something that because there was a lot of people around me, and I told them, hey, like I told them, it's can you guys see this? Can you guys, they and as soon as I turned around, it just vanished. It just but it seemed like it was so real that they were just there, and he was carrying her as if she was dead. And I remember there was a cement table. There was a cement table, right? It was probably like how many feet from me? Probably like 20 feet from me, and it was just something that it shocked me because you don't see things like that. And yeah, I just I see things, and I've experienced so many things that it's just it's just like I go back and I try to like see, well, what's the meaning of those, and it just brought to those volcanoes, and I just I wanted to bring that out there, because I know there's people that have stories, they want to
Right. Well,
but if you
thank
do
you. I
look
appreciate you
if you do
sharing your
look it up,
story with
yeah.
me.
Yeah,
What
it's
did
the
what did you conclude
Popocatepec.
that this meant? What did you conclude that this meant to you? I mean, what do you think they were trying to tell you?
I believe it's like a sign that that we're all like we have could I say like something to do in this earth. We all are not like just just put to a side. We have something to do in this earth, and we can't look back. Am I still here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I was checking out something. Um,
Well, I'm gonna play this last video. Thank you so much for coming in, and I appreciate it.
yeah, yeah,
I found that video, y'all. because Miss Ann Walsworth put it in the chat, and I went on my cell phone. I copied the link and sent it to my email. Now get my email to pull up. I got it up right there. All right. We're going to share the screen. My time is limited, y'all. But yes, I'm going to play this because I got to get in the bed. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm really concerned, y'all. This is what's going on in New York. And I believe it to be true. Why would I doubt it? All right. I ain't worried about no copyright claim anymore. Insane murder going on in New York City hospitals. Registered nurse disclosures. Thank you, Miss Ann, and thank you, Susie. I appreciate it. You should check Logic Before 30s. I haven't seen it. I've been so busy, man. All right. Here comes. Listen, please. You'll be appalled.
She cannot come out and say these things, so I am her voice. I'm not going to name names of people or hospitals for the safety of those involved, but this is her account. Okay, I'm her voice here. I'm going to tell you what she has told me. She wants this to get out. Now, I'm sure this is not the case everywhere.
Can y'all hear it?
I have friends that are in other places. They're on the front lines. They're in ICU. It's not like this everywhere, but in New York City right now, in some of the hospitals, this is what is going on. People are sick, but they don't have to stay sick. They are killing them.
You can't hear it?
She used the word
seriously? Why? Come on now. That's crazy, man. What are they doing? You can see it. Louder. It is already a.
It's the blind leading the blind. Now, a couple weeks ago,
I love video. I don't know how to get it louder. How do I do that? It won't go so loud.
People were not dying when they were on these medications. They were getting better. Those medications are not being used in hospitals in Europe.
I've started over. You still hear AI in the background? I'm gonna have to start this video over. Let me see if I can mute my microphone. All right. Got to find a way. Get the word out, y'all. You know, got to get the word out. It's like it don't have a switch to mute the microphone. All right, let me try this. Sorry about the wait. I'm not sure. I'll try this. Thank you all for coming in. Just a bit louder. Okay, I may have it working. I may not. I'm using cheap equipment, y'all. We're going to get it, though. We'll get some good equipment one day. I'll try it one more time. I'll probably lose y'all. Some of the viewers if it don't come through this time because, well, we'll see. Sorry about the wait. Here it should come. I don't know how to get it any louder. Let's try this.
I'm sure I'm going to get some hate messages after this. Frankly, I don't care because this could save someone's life. I'm a nurse practitioner. I am licensed and certified. I'm not on the front lines. I have a friend in New York City who's on the front lines. And for her safety, she cannot come out and say these things. So I am her voice. I'm not going to name names of people or hospitals for the safety of those involved. But this is her account. Okay, I am her voice here. I'm going to tell you what she has told me. She wants this to get out. Now, I'm sure this is not the case everywhere. I'm confident. I have friends that are in other places. They're on the front lines. They're in ICU. And it's not like this everywhere. But in New York City right now, in some of the hospitals, this is what is going on. People are sick, but they don't have to stay sick. They are killing them. They are not helping them. She used the word murder, coming from a nurse who went to New York City expecting to help. Patients are left to rot and die. Her words. She has never seen so much neglect. No one cares. They are cold and they don't care anymore. It's the blind leading the blind. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I was on with some nurse friends of mine and we were discussing different medications that could be used to potentially help people. Doctors who were reporting around the country that they were using a combination of medications that were helping people. People were not dying when they were on these medications. They were getting better. Those medications are not being used in hospitals in New York City. What is happening is that they're putting people on nasal cannula. If they require more than 6 liters of nasal cannula, they get intubated, they go on the vent, or they get trached if there's not enough vents. They don't get high flow, no non-rebreather, no non-invasive ventilation, no CPAP, no BiPAP. They're on a closed system, the ventilator, versus a CPAP or a BiPAP for fear that it will spread the virus. Which, by the way, I know a nurse in Florida who was fired for exposing that about CPAP and BiPAP and patients being put on the ventilator, like straight away to the ventilator, to be on a closed system. The patients don't know any better. They don't have family with them. There is no one there with them to advocate for them. So they're scared and they give consent. The ventilators have high PEEP, high pressure. It causes barotrauma. It causes trauma to the lungs. Dr. Cameron Kyle Siddell, a few weeks ago, put out a video. He's in New York City. And he put out a video saying something is not right. Like, we're not treating this correctly. We're doing something wrong. This doesn't make sense. They pulled his video from YouTube and they took him out of ICU because they couldn't have one doctor going against the grain, going against the protocol. The protocol is propofol or some kind of sedation because they're on the ventilator and IV antibiotics. There's no hydroxychloroquine. They're not using that combination with Zithromax. They're not using zinc, vitamin C, high doses of vitamins A and D. They laugh. This is what she's told me. They laugh at that. She says this is a nightmare. It's out of a horror movie, and I don't want to be a part of this. There are people who are a full code, and yet if they crash, they're not doing compressions because it will spread the virus. Full code, not doing compressions. Family is not there. They have no one to answer to. No one is being held accountable. A code was called and no one came. So sometimes they're not even resuscitating people. Again, left to rot and die. They're not given blood because we know that the blood is not oxygenated in these COVID patients. We know that. There are doctors all around the world sounding the alarms. These are the drugs that work. This is the pathophysiology of the disease. This is what's happening. And for some reason, it's not changing. Even though we know, some of us know what's going on, nothing is changing on the front lines. They stay in the same PPE all shift, except for the top pair of gloves. So 2 pairs of gloves, or I don't know, maybe more than 2, but they're only changing the gloves on the outside. Gown, mask, whatever else stays the same because all patients are COVID patients. So if it's a COVID floor, it's all COVID, but it's not because some of them are rule out COVID. So even if they're rule out COVID and they're not COVID, they're going to get COVID because they're using the same PPE all shift and they're carrying that contamination to all of the patients. They're not changing their PPE. They're not going into rooms. So they're running long tubing into the room so that they can manage the tubing from outside of the rooms. So if they're not going into the rooms, that means they're not assessing the patients as frequently as you would be otherwise assessing your patients. They are not doing rapid result tests. You're lucky if you get results in 5 days. Okay, this is coming from my friend who is in New York City right now on assignment, who went there to help, and this is what she's finding. It's a horror movie, she says, not because of the disease, but because of the way it's being handled. She said, we need help, and people are sitting there waiting in the hotels, money, I guess, it's being paid for by FEMA, and yet they're still understaffed, and there are hundreds of people, hundreds of nurses in the hotels waiting to be called onto a shift. So there is manpower enough if the goal were to actually save people, but resources are not being utilized properly or to full capacity in a way that maximizes the patient benefit or improves the outcomes. The records and charting are crap. And now some of these hospitals in New York City are probably crappy on a good day. So you add in the fear of COVID and the fear of the whole pandemic and forget it. So if you're in a crappy hospital with crappy nurses, let's face it, all of us nurses have worked with crappy nurses before who don't care. So now you add in this, forget it. And they're having people do things that they can't do. So maybe things that they're not proficient in. So maybe a nurse who's not familiar or comfortable with using a ventilator. And it's that figure it out mentality. Figure it out. These patients are critical and they're crashing. Figure it out. So nurses are being celebrated as heroes, right? We see how like the fire trucks and the police are like lining up and practically having these parades and celebrating them as heroes. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure in some parts of the country, in other ICUs, I have friends that are working on front lines in ICU and they are good nurses and some of them are heroes. But we have nurses being celebrated as heroes who are killing people. They're not heroes and they're being brainwashed to think they're doing something great just by going to work because they're brave enough to go to work. Well, what are you doing at work? You're certainly not saving people if you're not even running codes. You're not even going into patient rooms. You're a coward. You're hurting people. You're killing them. You're contributing to the problem. I know I'm going to get hate mail for this, and that's fine because people are dying who don't have to die. Again, there's no family there, so no one's being held accountable. And once these people get intubated, they're being scared into giving consent to be intubated, and then for a lot of them, it's over. And there's nobody going to be held accountable. And there's nobody looking out for them. They are completely by themselves. There's like a total lack of critical thinking. It's out the window. And people are scared to speak up. And one person alone isn't going to change the overall culture of a hospital or a system or a city. Like I said, Dr. Cameron Kyle Seidel's video was pulled from YouTube. And he was pulled from the ICU for sounding the alarm and going against the grain. So people are sounding the alarm. It's just not changing anything, apparently. So what can you do? Buck the system. I'm really fortunate. I don't have any family in New York City that I personally have to worry about. If there are people that you are worried about, or maybe it's not even New York City, maybe you're in another city that's being really hard hit and you're just hearing really bad things coming out of that city, buck the system. Something is wrong in the system. So go against the grain. Request records immediately. Records, transcripts, immediately. If there's a medication that you want your loved one to be given, report it as an at-home medication and demand that it be continued. That's just a tip from inside the system. If you want a medication to be given, you've got to report that it's an at-home medication and that you demand that it be continued. Your loved one is not going to have you in there advocating for them once they go in. You're not allowed in. The only reports that we're able to get of what's going on are coming from the inside, and people are afraid to speak out. People have lost their jobs. Do not give consent for intubation if you don't want to be intubated or your loved one to be intubated. Demand non-invasive or less invasive ventilation methods. As soon as you give that consent, you might not come out of it. Now, in some cases, it might be appropriate. We just don't know. We know that it's being used inappropriately in a lot of cases, and that the ventilators are making people worse. Please share this video, make it go viral. People need to know this. This is the truth of what's going on from my nurse friend who's in New York City right now on assignment. This is murder, she says. People are being murdered and no one cares. Horrible care.
Why would this girl show her face if she didn't believe what she was told was true? I'm going to play this, the sound of it. Let's play the sound of it.
That will be repeated the fall of 2020 with millions of real deaths. This is an urgent warning to all the people of the world. Question: what things do the 1918 Spanish flu and the 2020 coronavirus have in common? Answer: both have a next generation wireless communications technology being rolled out. Both have a worldwide pandemic and a lockdown of people and businesses. And both have the Johns Hopkins University and the Bill Gates family controlling the narrative across all media. Okay, we'll start here. During a speech at Georgetown University, Dr. Anthony Fauci stated on January 10th, 2017, that during the Trump administration, that there would be a surprise outbreak.
There is no question that there will be a challenge to the coming administration in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that, but also there will be a surprise outbreak. And I
Hold up. Did you just hear that? Dr. Fauci just said it.
join me in welcoming Dr. Fauci.
In 2017.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. I've spoken at after dinner speeches and intra-dinner speeches, but I've never spoken to a line of people waiting to get their food. So it's nice to have you. Anyway, it's the idea that we are now a few days away from a new administration, I obviously prompted the really extraordinarily, very enjoyable, and I'm really pleased I had the opportunity to
I don't know if you want to hear it this way or not.
Ron and as well as Bill,
but I'll play
and Dr. Jafari, which really I think set the stage for so many of the things that we are going to be dealing with.
If you want to hear it, please listen.
Given, as you heard from the introduction, that I have been around for a while and have had the opportunity and
you want me to play it here?
The pleasure of serving in 5 administrations.
I'll play it. All right, you talk me into it. You talk me into it. I'll play it on the big screen. there's a process I got to take to get it there. To the big screen. All right. Appreciate y'all staying here. We're going to look a little bit deeper. Miss Ann, you told me to look at his last video. All right, let's see if it's arrived. I did hear him say there would be an outbreak. How would he know that? And Logic Before Authority has been working very hard for the last week and a half, I believe, to get this video out. All right, I'll be back in a minute. I can't see the chat, but we're going there. I have not even seen this video. I don't always take this guy at face value and everything. He's good now. I mean, don't get me wrong. But he's not 100% perfect. But what he would be showing, I can believe with my own ears, you know? If Dr. Fauci said it. All right, let me get it going on, man.
This mini documentary will show you the hidden truth behind the current worldwide pandemic and lockdown. A lockdown that will be repeated.
You probably heard that. I got it started. All right, let's get it going on, man. What's up? Let it load. We're coming to the loading process.
Fall of 2020 with millions of real deaths. This is an urgent warning to all the people of the world. Question: what things do the 1918 Spanish flu and the 2020 coronavirus have in common? Answer: both have a next-generation wireless communications technology being rolled out. Both have a worldwide pandemic and a lockdown of people and businesses. And both have the Johns Hopkins University and the Bill Gates family controlling the narrative across all media. Okay, we'll start here. During a speech at Georgetown University, Dr. Anthony Fauci stated on January 10th, 2017, that during the Trump administration, that there would be a surprise outbreak.
Is that there is no question that there will be a challenge, the coming administration, in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that. But also there will be a surprise outbreak. And
Hold up. That's what it says. Hold up.
Please join me in welcoming Dr. Fauci. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. I've spoken at...
I'll be right back. I'm going to check on the horse.
And intra-dinner speeches, but I've never spoken
to
a line of people waiting to get their food. So it's nice to have you. Anyway, it's the idea that we are now a few days away from a new administration, obviously prompted a really extraordinary, very enjoyable, and I'm really pleased I had the opportunity to listen to the panel, both of Amy and Ron, and as well as Bill and Dr. Jafari, which really, I think, set the stage for so many of the things that we are going to be dealing with over the coming years. Given, as you heard from the introduction, that I have been around for a while and have had the opportunity and the privilege and the pleasure of serving in 5 administrations, I thought I would bring
that perspective to the topic today is the issue of pandemic preparedness. And if there's one message that I want to leave with you today, based on my experience, and you'll see that in a moment, is that there is no question that there will be a challenge, the coming administration, in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that, but also there will be a surprise outbreak.
So how did he know? It's because he knows history's biggest cover-up. History and the cover-up are repeating itself now. So let's take a look at history and see what it can teach us. It's the year 1900 and radio has just been invented.
Wireless radio transmission. It was the most fabulous invention of the 19th century. The public and the popular newspapers regarded it as nothing short of miraculous. And the leading scientists of the day in Europe and America, whose discoveries had made it possible, could not understand how it worked. Wireless, in its pioneering days, had nothing to do with music or entertainment. No speech or music was transmitted. But the tap, tap, tap of the telegraph key spelling out messages which had traveled mysteriously through the ether was exciting enough in a world still mostly horse-drawn and coal-fired. A world without cinema or motor car, in which the telephone was still an expensive luxury. And great cities like London and New York had only recently winced at the brightness of electric light. The wider world was just learning of the possibilities of wireless telegraphy, as the new invention was called, in 1897. In November that year, the very first wireless station was established in the exclusive Royal Needles Hotel on the Isle of Wight, just a short ferry ride off the coast of England. Only just the year before, X-ray photography had been invented. The biggest breakthroughs that would change the world forever were to come. And at the same time, an impending pandemic that would cost the lives of 50 million people across the world were on a collision course with each other. Wireless telegraphy in the coming decade would lead inventors such as Nikola Tesla, Guglielmo Marconi, Edison, Hertz, Popov, and Bose to allow for the creation of most of our modern entertainment and communication technologies of today. The first radio voice transmission officially recognized broadcast was in 1906 by Ernest Fisk, in which he broadcast music across the airwaves for the first time. Huge celebrations and excitement as the word traveled around the world, but an unseen invisible enemy was about to show its face. In the year 1909, the term broadcasting was coined, as radio towers for transmission of radio waves were being constructed around the world. Later, radiation towers would be shortened to radio towers, and the term radio was becoming a household name, and the desire of every person hearing of this magical new technology. In 1913, the International Convention for the Safety at Sea was convened and produced a treaty that required shipboard radio stations to be manned 24 hours a day, as the U.S. military and the militaries of the world had made great advancements in the use of radio communication, and at this point, there was no turning back. Radio was here and here to stay, if only for the power it offered to the military-industrial complexes of the world. In 1916, the first regular broadcasts on 9XM Wisconsin State Weather delivered in Morse code for public consumption as a weather update program. During the next 2 years, the broadcast radiation tower technology spread like wildfire across the nations. Then, in 1918, disaster struck. A condition was being noticed among the general public that seemed as though it could not be explained. Headaches, nausea, fever, dizziness, weakness, dry cough, runny nose, and shortness of breath. The symptoms seemed to be that of what we call today the flu or coronavirus. However, in 1918, doctors had little understanding of what it is they were looking at. Most of the history written about what was ultimately called the Spanish flu of 1918 was written in hindsight, such as the term influenza virus did not exist until 1931, coined by Ernest William Goodpasture. In 1912, Goodpasture graduated from the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine with an MD degree. There, under Professors William H. Welch and George H. Whipple, he was subsequently appointed a Rockefeller Fellow in Pathology. After graduating Johns Hopkins, he joined the Harvard Medical School. In 1919, he undertook the pathological study of the then seemingly unknown pandemic engulfing the world with up to 50 million deaths recorded. In 1931, the Rockefeller Fellow funded Dr. Goodpasture announced that he had made the breakthrough in recreating and identifying the underlying cause of the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918 to 1920. This was the moment that concreted the belief by the American public, as well as people around the world, that in fact, an influenza virus had killed 50 million people in the 1918 pandemic. John D. Rockefeller and his powerful friends like Frederick Taylor Gates, grandfather to now known Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft, co-founder of the Johns Hopkins University-sponsored Event 201, that on October 18, 2019, held a live tabletop exercise in New York City, simulating a world response to a severe pandemic outbreak of the same influenza strain that was claimed to have killed 50 million in 1918. The same people, the same organizations, and the same cover-up.
Based on a team of investigative journalist research, what appears to have happened in 1918 and 1920 with the invention of radio is the human body's reaction to the never-before introduction of large-scale radio broadcasting and the overexposure of non-ionized radiation, causing radiation poisoning. The symptoms proclaimed by the Johns Hopkins Organization for the Coronavirus, aka COVID-19, and the symptoms of long-term low-dose overexposure to non-ionized radio transmission signals are the same and were found to be more likely the cause of the 1918 so-called Spanish flu pandemic. Did they know beforehand that the introduction of air radiation transmission, aka radio transmission, would cause sickness and death? Based on the fact of its cover-up for the past 100 years, it appears to be yes. Yes, they knew, but they did anyways. Why did they do it? Because of the power it gave to the military-industrial complex and the power to promote propaganda to control the narrative of events like the Spanish flu and future events on the world stage, as well as great economic power is gained by the push and sale of products to the masses by companies owned by guess who? Them. Now, 100 years later, and history seems to be repeating itself, a looming pandemic of the same claimed virus, just a novel or a new version. A new type of radio transmission, 5G, being rolled out worldwide. Claims of death in excess of 100,000 already at the time of this recording. Drills or exercises predicting the pandemic by the same organization, Johns Hopkins, and the Gates family involved in the cover-up of the last one, all financed once again by the same Rockefeller Foundation. If it were not for the non-stop research and dedication to seeking the truth behind radiation transmission technologies, aka radio, and its connection to the 1918 claimed pandemic, they would have gotten away with it. Now it's the claimed highly propagandized 2020 China virus, aka the invisible enemy, and a massive upgrade of over 10 million small cell cluster style 5G radiation transmission towers, of which there will be no escaping. And people are already losing their lives in areas like Wuhan, New York City, Italy, and other locations where small cell cluster 5G towers have already been rolled out and tested. Will they get away with the 65 million deaths predicted by the Johns Hopkins Event 201 exercise held on October 18, 2019? in New York City just 90 days prior to the Wuhan claimed outbreak. Fact, Wuhan is the first city in the world to have completed 100% small cell clustered 5G coverage for the entire city, announced completed in December of 2019. China was also the first nation to require by law that 100% of its citizens be fully immunized by when, you guessed it, December 1st, 2019. Will they successfully blame it on the new version of the same virus, aka flu, claimed to be discovered and used by Dr. Goodpasture, who was on their payroll and a Rockefeller fellow grant fundee to cover up the known impending 65 million deaths around the world between now and 2022? Will they get away with it? Well, that is going to be up to you. The organizers behind this revelation and truth research are asking for your help to promote this urgent and historic truth, and as a warning to the world's people. They have created a PayPal money pool to raise funds in an attempt to make an unexpected move that they did not count on. 100% of the funds will be used to pay to promote the actual video that you're watching right now. We do not have much time left. The clock is ticking. They are installing 5G right now while everyone is on lockdown around the world. You have go home, stay home orders, and yet it's fine for them to be out installing radiation small cell 5G towers everywhere. Ask yourself, why are they pushing it so hard in the face of the pandemic? Well, I think you now should know why. It is to give them great power in many ways, and they want it no matter what the cost or loss of life. Here's the question of the century that millions of untold lives hang in the balance of how you answer this question. Will you stand with us and at least share this video as much as you can over and over, day after day? Also, if you can and you're able to, please support our desperate effort to force this information out by paying to promote this video, thereby attempting to overcome the censoring, shadow banning, and blocking by YouTube and other social platforms by claiming this is fake news. I and we promise every dollar, every penny that is donated will go right back into promoting this video on multiple platforms in a last-ditch effort to stop this impending genocide of millions of people, all in the name of faster internet and under the lie of a pandemic. Please see the details for the fundraiser information that includes multiple ways that you can help, even if you cannot donate. The information there will provide numerous options as to how to promote this revelation of truth and likely our last chance to stop this impending genocide. Details are in the description area. Together we can stop this. They thought we would never figure this out. They thought we were too dumbed down by their GMOs and 24-hour propaganda pushed on us by their television with the broadcasting of lies and disinformation programs. They thought that they had accounted for everything and every possible move we might make. Together, we can take a stand and let them know that we are not all blind, dumb, or stupid. Let's send them a message. They didn't count on us.
You didn't count on us. We're here to testify against these crimes. We're here to hold the line. Standing up in the face of tyranny. And for all the children she was with. You thought your mind control had taken over all. But you didn't count on us. But the blind sheep follow along. All the things you've done. Trojan horse, 5G, as you build your peace kingdom. Technology, and you pour out your radiation shine over every city street. All the crimes you think you're hiding. Oh no, you didn't count on us. No, no, no. No, you didn't count on us. And we are standing here in our dreams. You think your heads looking starting off the satellite. Whoa, whoa, wrapping all mankind in a cyber cage and wiping out the purpose with your death ray. You didn't count on us. No, you didn't count on us. And we're standing here and we will not retreat. No, you didn't count on us. No, you didn't count on us. And we will shout the crimes against humanity. We see the towers go rising with that black goodness you're hiding. You thought your mind control had taken over all. No, you didn't count on us. And we're standing here and we will not retreat. We're here to testify against these crimes. We're here to hold the line, standing up in the face of tyranny for all the children that shall slay.
It's working.
5G.
You didn't count on us. You didn't count on us. You didn't count on us. You didn't count on us.
You didn't count on us.
You didn't count on us.
You didn't count on us.
They didn't count on us. You didn't count on us.
You didn't count on us.
They didn't count on us.
You 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 didn't count on us. You didn't count on us. You didn't count on us. You didn't count on us.
You didn't count on us.
You didn't count on us.
They didn't count on us.
You didn't count on us. They didn't count on us.
You didn't count on us.
You didn't count on us.
You didn't count on us.
They didn't count on us.
You didn't count on us.
You didn't count on me.
You didn't count on us.
They obviously didn't count on us. They didn't count on us. You didn't count on us. You didn't count on us. You didn't count on us.
You didn't count on us.
You never counted on us.
You didn't count on us. You didn't count on us. You didn't count on us.
I just had a link to that video. 65 million. That could be one of us. That could be two of us. That could be all of us right here in this chat. We all believe 5G has an impact, has an effect on us. Tonight, I've shown a couple different scenarios, including the 5G. I've shown the military in Guam. I showed a video with the spraying of the chemtrails, hydrogen cyanide. If you didn't see the video from the beginning, Go back and watch it. My guest didn't show up tonight, and I appreciate everybody that came in. The link to that video, you might want to subscribe to that channel. As I said, this guy is never 100% right. But he dang makes a lot of dang good sense about this 5G. The timing of the Spanish flu, when radio first come out, around the same time. When they kick this 5G on, y'all, if it has the effect that they're all saying, it could be us right here in the chat. Now, do we stop it or do we sit back and allow it to happen? That's the question. Thank you all for coming in. Miss Ann Walsworth, Dana Shiver, Cha-Cha Brady, everyone that's coming in, I really appreciate it. Chrysler Imperial, I remember you, my friend. You probably are still here. I'm sorry about the last time. A Saved Center, Sandy K, thank you all for coming in. Rainbow Supernatural Paranormal, AI, FG came in. We had many come in, y'all. Jeffrey Go, hello. Sorry I didn't say hello at the time. I was playing videos. Born Eraser, thank you. I do know that the 5G is over money, y'all. There's billions and billions to be made. Ox Roxley, I believe also that the 5G is going to be connected to artificial intelligence. And it's going to run a lot of artificial things, computers, robots. They have this plan, y'all. Do we stop them or do we not? Enough is enough. Thank you all. I won't keep you anymore. I got to go to bed. I really appreciate all of y'all. A lot of good information was shared tonight. Thank you very much for coming in. I hope we all learned something.